Hey, what's going on, y'all? Welcome to the world of battle rap. I'm your host, J. Chris. So let's get started. Now, in a few days, URL will be kicking off their Ascension card, which will be going down this Sunday in Queens. Now, mind you, there could be other things going on that day, such as the Puerto Rican Day Parade and High 97 Summer Jam. But right now, we're here to talk about battle rap. Now, when I think about this card, there's two things that come to my mind: underrated and underperforming. And that's what I think about when it comes to most of these battle rappers on this card. They're either underrated or they're underperforming. It's either one of the two. And for some of these battle rappers, it's kind of like a do or die situation. So for now, let's just get into the matchup. Now, the first matchup we have is Dot versus Mo Moolah. And for this one, I got Mo Moolah taking the whole thing by 3-0. And that's due to the fact that with Dot, these more antics than bars because he doesn't rhyme when he's rapping. I mean, for you to be a rapper, you actually have to rhyme, and Dot doesn't do that. So unfortunately, for this one, I have to go with Mo Moolah. Of course, he's the one with the bars than Dot does. So Mo Moolah 3-0. The next matchup we have is Saint Mike versus Fettuccine. And for this one, I have Saint Mike taking it 2-1. And at the most, maybe 3-0. I feel like Saint Mike is, more lyrical, definitely has better bars, has good delivery, good punchlines also. And unfortunately, for Saint Mike, I feel like he's kind of underrated. His last matchup he had was with Toe Montana, and unfortunately that footage got vaulted. But we'll definitely explain why later on. But for this matchup, I definitely have Saint Mike taking out Fettuccine 2-1, or at the most 3-0. Next matchup we have is J400 Block versus Dougie. And for this one, I actually have J400 Block taking it 2-1. They both have good punchlines. They both got good bars. But I feel like J400 Block is just a little bit more lyrical than Dougie is. And not saying that Dougie isn't, because he's very good. He had a very nice showing versus New Jersey Twerk and his Born Legacy 3 card. But I feel like J400 Block is just a little bit hungrier just to show his face again on the URL stage, even if it is a small one. So for that, I have J400 Block taking this one 2-1. Now the next matchup we have here is Snake Eyes versus Toe Montana. And actually, I have Snake Eyes taking this one 2-1, maybe even 3-0. Snake Eyes' last performance was individually, of course, was against Black Mug, and I think that was in the Proving Grounds card that he had. Whereas Toe Montana, his last performance was that I heard of was him versus Saint Mike, and rumor has it that that footage has been scraped and vaulted because of the fact that Toe Montana choked all 3 rounds. Definitely did not perform the way he was supposed to, or what most people are used to him performing. So he definitely has a lot of ground to make up. But unfortunately, I don't think it's going to be enough versus Snake Eyes. And for that reason, I have Snake Eyes taking this one 2-1, maybe in 3-0. Now in this matchup, we have Perez versus Real Deal. Now this one, I would have to say I would go for Real Deal 2-1, because for the basic fact, when Real Deal comes on the URL, he does not play around. And for the most part, he's basically undefeated when it comes on the URL. He's beat just about every top tier dude that he's ever faced on the URL. And I'm not sure if Perez can handle this type of magnitude as far as being on that stage with a dude like him. Not to take anything for Perez, because his style is a little bit unorthodox, but he's very lyrical. He does have good bars. He does have good performance and stage presence, but I don't think it's going to really match up to what Real Deal has in store for him. So that reason, I'm definitely giving Real Deal the battle 2-1. Now for this matchup, we have Prep versus Rich I'm Nice, or as I like to call it, the battle rapper formerly known as Rich Dollars. But for this one, I actually have Prep taking it 2-1. I feel like as compared to Rich Dollars, he has the better bars, the better punchlines, the ability to freestyle. Now his delivery is somewhat off, but as we've seen from the Born Legacy 3 card when he faced Lataze, he does have a lot to offer and he does have some room for growth, despite the fact that he has taken a few losses here and there. But I feel like he's on his way back up. And with this win, I feel like he could definitely put himself back up to where he belongs. And for that reason, I definitely have Prep taking this one 2-1. In this next matchup, we have Young Cannon versus Moneybags. And in this one, I actually have Young Cannon taking it 2-1. You know, they both got the bars, they both have punchlines, you know, but as far as stage presence goes, I feel like Young Cannon has that. And on top of that, he does have better wordplay. And for that matter, you know, Young Cannon rarely slacks. You know, he definitely comes through every single battle that he does. And with Moneybags, as good as he is, unfortunately, he took a loss, in my opinion, towards Perez Mafia in the last Born Legacy card. And for that, I definitely have Young Cannon taking this one 2-1. Now, for this matchup, which is the main event, and last but not least, we have Perez Mafia versus Cortez. Now, for Perez Mafia, for his last few battles that he's definitely had great performances. You know, he had a very good performance versus Nun. He had even a better performance when he went against Moneybags. And on top of that, despite having little to no time to prepare for a battle, he actually had a good one versus Craig Lamar. And he's definitely what we call on the path to redemption, despite the fact that he had to do a jail stint and took a lot of flack for stealing other people's bars. You know, but he's definitely on his way up there. And with this battle, he could definitely solidify his place back in the game. However, he's not going against just anybody. He's going against Cortez, one of the big vets in the game. And for Cortez, he's had an unfortunate setting when it comes to URL. You know, because most of his battles have either been vaulted or some people don't really view it as much, such as like the battle versus him and Chilla Jones. Not too many people really watched that battle, which I thought was good in my opinion. But, you know, he's very much slept on as a veteran in this battle rap game. Now, when it comes down to it, I would have Cortez taking this one 2-1 on the fact that Cortez is a veteran in the game and he knows how this thing goes. And I feel like he's probably going to not take Perez Mafia lightly at all. I think he's going to have some good material for him. And not to take anything from Perez Mafia, because I feel like we're going to see one of the best Perez Mafias we've seen so far. And he's had a lot to offer. But unfortunately, I'm not sure if it's going to be enough to take out Cortez. And for that reason, even though it might be a close battle, a very good battle, and good performances from the both of them, I still have Cortez taking this one 2-1. So there you have it. These are the matchups that are going to be on the Ascension card going down this Sunday. Now, some people may not be too excited about it, but make no mistake, this card is going to show who has what it takes to be on that URL stage. For some of these battle rappers, this is like their last hope to be on that URL stage. If not, you're not going to see them anymore. They're going to be going home. So I definitely expect everybody that's on this card to give it what they got and spit the best stuff that they can, you know, and have one of the good performances, because, you know, it's not just about winning the matches, it's about who will have the best performance, and that's what really counts. Now, before we go, I definitely want to apologize for, you know, being gone for a few months. Unfortunately, I had some things I had to take care of personally, but now I'm back and it's all good. So on that note, I'm J.Chris. Please subscribe or follow me on Twitter at J.Chris365. Thank y'all for watching. Nothing but love for y'all. Peace.